In the intense and ever-changing world of motorcycle racing, stories rise and fade. Legends are made, dynasties crumble, but very few journeys carry the same weight as this one. After years of speculation, everything is finally falling into place. Toprak Razgatlioglu, the Turkish sensation redefining the limits of World Superbike, is officially heading to MotoGP. Waiting for him like a final boss is Marc Marquez, Ducati's spearhead, the destroyer of records, and the gold standard every new contender must face. But this is not just about one rider making a leap. This is a tale of redemption, unfinished legacies, and the bold attempt to break a 37-year-long curse. Before we even discuss the battle ahead, we must recognize the dominance Toprak has displayed in the 2025 season. At Balaton Park, during the championship's first-ever round in Hungary, he conquered WorldSBK's 1,000th race. Fittingly, it was his third straight clean sweep. That is 15 wins this season, including total domination at Donington Park in Hungary. An unforgettable weekend, Toprak remarked. This race was very important because I won races 800 and 900, and I needed to win 1,000. I am really happy. This is a very special race for me. The numbers are incredible. 9 wins in a row. A 26-point lead over Nicolo Bulega in the title chase. And milestone victories on 3 different brands, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and BMW. Yet, he remains calm and focused. I am not focused on the championship. I am looking race by race, he said. Magny Cours is one of my favorite tracks. I hope we win again. Historically, WorldSBK champions have struggled in MotoGP. Only Troy Bayliss and Ben Spies ever managed a race victory. Others, like Colin Edwards, James Toseland, and Neil Hodgson, showed flashes of promise but never fully adapted. Some, like Jonathan Ray and Carl Fogarty, never even attempted the jump. So why is Toprak different? Because unlike Edwards, who admitted he made the move too late, Toprak's timing is close to perfect. He is joining Pramac Yamaha for the 2026 MotoGP season, equipped with a full factory-spec machine and valuable time to learn during a transitional year. Yamaha's new V4 engine project is expected to debut in his rookie season. Even more crucial is the 2027 regulation change. MotoGP will shift from Michelin to Pirelli tires, the very brand Toprak has mastered in Superbike, AS journalist Matt Oxley pointed out. Toprak seems to have timed everything perfectly. But there is an unpredictable factor. Toprak may bring his trusted crew chief, Phil Marin, to MotoGP. Marin has been present for all 72 of his WorldSBK victories and could be there for a 3rd world title. Former MotoGP rider Eugene Laverty, who worked with Marin in both series, believes their bond is essential. Phil uses his ears better than any crew chief I have worked with, Laverty said. He really listens. He added, for Toprak to transition with different tires, he needs Phil with him. However, there is debate. KTM Tech 3 manager Hervé Poncharal warned that bringing a WorldSBK crew chief could delay adaptation. If both the rider and the crew chief must learn MotoGP together, the process might take longer, he told Moto Review. It is a fair point. Marin's last MotoGP experience was almost 10 years ago. The sport has evolved greatly since then. Still, few understand Toprak's instincts and feedback better than Marin. The mutual trust may be worth the risk. Now we arrive at the moment everyone anticipates. Marc Marquez versus Toprak Razgatlioglu. 2 warriors. 2 different backgrounds. 1 stage, MotoGP. Marquez has just secured 5 consecutive victories, including the Brno finale. He looks unbeatable. On the Ducati GP25, a bike that has challenged even top riders like Fabio Di Giannantonio and Pecco Bagnaia, Marquez has found dominance. He is closing in on his 9th MotoGP title. But what makes the future clash with Toprak so thrilling is not just the statistics. It is the contrast in styles. Marquez is pure chaos, sharp elbows, wild saves, and fearless dives. Toprak is precision, floating, rear wheels, perfect braking, and ballet-like control. The MotoGP paddock can already feel the tension building. Toprak versus Marquez. A real showdown. As one article noted, it is time to end the 37-year curse. That curse? Not a single WorldSBK champion has become a true MotoGP title contender. Can Toprak become the first, The challenge is enormous. Toprak must not only master Yamaha's developing V4 prototype, but also face the toughest grid in history. Marquez, Pecco, Jorge Martin, and Fabio Quartararo, elite names with years of experience in the premier class. And there is another barrier. Ducati manager Gigi Dall'Igna highlighted a crucial adjustment. Toprak's braking style must evolve for MotoGP. Michelin tires behave very differently compared to Pirelli, especially under extreme braking. The physics of a MotoGP prototype are not the same as a Superbike. Ride height systems, tire pressure windows, and the way Michelin rubber responds under load all require adaptation. But Toprak has a buffer. The 2026 season is not about winning. It is about learning. The real shot comes in 2027, when the rules change and Pirelli tires return. That is his window, but that year only matters if he survives the transition. Punctuals. Warning about bringing Marin becomes more relevant here. MotoGP's intense environment demands rapid learning in electronics, setup, and tire feedback. A rough rookie year could ruin his momentum. Pramac still has not decided who will be Toprak's teammate. Jack Miller is a strong candidate, experienced, proven, and familiar with Yamaha after racing in the Suzuka 8 Hours. But others want youth. Journalist Matt Oxley proposed, "I would go for a Moto2 rider like Manu Gonzalez." Gonzalez, who leads Moto2, offers long-term promise. A pairing of Toprak and Manu could shape Pramac's post-2027 ambitions. However, Miller's stability might be essential during Toprak's steep learning phase. And with Pramac currently last in the standings, a rider who can score points right away might be the smarter choice. One of Toprak's greatest qualities is not his skills on the brakes or his number of wins. It is his mindset. Despite dominating Superbike, he keeps his focus narrow. "I am taking things race by race," he said. "We are leading the championship and have a bigger gap, but in racing, anything can happen." That humility might be his biggest strength when MotoGP chaos begins. Unlike some champions who arrive with ego, Toprak knows he is entering the lion's den. The 2026 season will be about learning, adapting, and growing. And after that, the real battle begins. Toprak carries a heavy burden. No WorldSBK rider has done what he is trying to do. Ben Spies won one race. Bayliss won once as a substitute. Colin Edwards? 0 wins in 196 Grands Prix. Tosland? 9 finishes in 6th. Hodgson? Best finish was 8th. Jonathan Rea and Carl Fogarty never made the jump. Cal Crutchlow is the exception, with 3 wins, but he only spent 1 season in Superbike before switching. Now, finally, we may see someone step in, not as a guest, but as a contender. Toprak has the credentials that he is likely to become a 3-time Superbike champion, a milestone winner, a master of adaptation. He has the team, a factory-backed Pramac Yamaha squad. He may have his trusted right-hand man. And in 2027, he will have the tires he knows best. Everything is lining up. And across the pit lane, perhaps across the starting grid, Marc Marquez will be watching. This is no gimmick, no empty hype. Toprak Razgatlioglu's move to MotoGP is the most anticipated crossover in recent history because it has the ingredients to work, but it is also a high-risk gamble. If it works, he will break a 37-year curse and etch his name among the greatest. If it fails, he becomes another what-if in MotoGP's long history. But one thing is certain, Toprak versus Marquez is coming. And for the first time in years, MotoGP fans and Superbike supporters are looking in the same direction. Because maybe, just maybe, Toprak is the one who will rewrite both legacies.